On this episode 25 of the podcast, I'm going to talk about laser tag, pizza boxes, and my comedy, meltdown. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Hello, and welcome back to another edition of the Luke Who's Talking podcast. I hope your week's been all right. I hope your day's been all right. I hope your year thus far, it's almost half over, has been all right. But anyway, let's get into the first story. Now, a couple of weeks ago, some friends and I, that's proper wording, isn't it? Yeah, some friends and I, we went to laser tag. So we went to the shed and, it is a shed. And we played a bit of laser tag. It was election day, actually. So we went there and we played some laser tag on election day after we voted, because you got to vote. Otherwise, you'll get fined. So we went to play some laser tag. Had a jolly old time. Had a sweaty time, and also got quite hot wearing like the vesty thing, and then you got to hold the gun, and like you can get a bit sweaty. Anywho, now at the laser tag venue, there are various arcade games you can play, and now one of them, I'll be honest, much to my amusement, was Deal or No Deal. So you could play Deal or No Deal. So a friend of mine, so I was like, oh, look at this Deal or No Deal, how dumb. And he hopped on the seat. It was like a 50s bar stool you sat on. So he hopped on that and he played Deal or No Deal. And he said no deal. He said no deal. So what you win is you win tickets. And you get these tickets, of course, from the machines, and then you can trade in your tickets for like a plush dog or something or other. Anyway, so we were playing along, and he was going, no deal, no deal, no deal, no deal. And we're like, oh, scandalous. And he had an offer. He got an offer of 40, so 40 tickets. And he went, no deal. He went, no deal. And I don't know what the two cases were left. Obviously, one was higher than 40, and the other one might have been, 10 or whatever. Anyway, he ended up having, the 10 tickets. So he went no deal, and it didn't pay off for him. We were like, oh, God, okay. Anyway, however, a little bit later on in the day, while we were there, another friend of mine, they had a go at Deal or No Deal. And they took the deal at 41 tickets. They took the deal at 41, and their case had like 7 in it or something or other. And so they ended up, they got 40 tickets or 41 tickets. So they took the deal, and it was a good deal. It was a good deal. So they, took the deal, and it paid off. It paid off for them. But I mean, would you play a Deal or No Deal game if you had, would you play a Deal or No Deal arcade game? Like, that show's not even on here anymore. The guy who used to host Deal or No Deal here in Australia hosts The Chase now. He's on The Chase Australia. And according to the internet, he's the biggest on Australian television, according to some YouTube comment or so. And I was like, I'd probably agree with that. But yeah, I was very amused. They had a Deal or No Deal arcade game, and the expressions on the ladies' faces when I opened up the cases, and your case had a lot of tickets in it, or over, yeah, whoa, it's got 2 in it. Or if it had 50, I'd be like, oh, it had 50 in it. Oh, it was, oh God. Anyway, it was a ridiculous game, but it was a bit of fun. Now, let's talk about pizza boxes. Now, the same day as myself and friends went and played laser tag, we went back to a friend of mine's a homeowner, so we went back to their place, got some pizza, and watched the election. Yeah, we put the election coverage on. That's how exciting we are as 20-something-year-olds. We get pizza and watch the election. Anyway, now the pizza boxes, we got one of the major T brands. And the pizza boxes were like black and they had snazzy designs on them. And I said, now, why aren't pizza boxes, they used to be white. And the good thing about the boxes being white is you could write what pizza was in each box. Because now you get your pizza box and it's black and it's got a snazzy design on it. You look at it, you have to open them all up, obviously, to see what's inside. But what you used to be able to do is write on the box what sort of pizza was in it. So that you didn't have to look inside the box every time you wanted a pizza. Because you could look and go, oh, that's Hawaiian, I'll get some. But now you're like, oh, is this one Hawaiian? No. This one Supreme? No. You've got to go through all the boxes. Can you hear that? It's the door. It's the door to the Ruse room. We're in it. The Ruse room is back. And I'm now sitting in the Ruse room. We're in the Ruse room. Here's the ruse. So the pizza companies are doing this. They're changing the boxes from white, so you can't write what sort of pizza's in them anymore, because it's very simple. They want to break up families, okay, and friends and all that stuff. They want to cause arguments and conflict, okay? They want to cause argument. They want to cause conflict. So then there's, like, I don't know, say if there's 3 people, you might buy 2 pizzas, okay? But what they want to do is they want to break up that group. So then, excuse me, so then you have your 3 people, you've got your couple that might say they might buy 2, but then you've got your third person that's going to buy 1. That's an extra sale. It's all about sales. They want to break up families to cause conflict and to create more sales somehow, because that's how companies work. All they want to do is sell, sell, sell. And by not having coloured pizza boxes anymore, apparently that's what the pizza companies are doing. They're sneaky, they're shifty, they're scoundrels. That's what they are. It's all a big ruse. The white pizza boxes are gone, so you can't write what sort of pizza is in the box. And that somehow is going to cause conflict and drama. So then they somehow sell more. You can really tell I've given this a lot of thought, haven't you? This ruse, how it all works. That's how it works. Yeah. Brittany, I hope you're excited and I hope you're satisfied with that ruse room, because you were like, bring back the ruse room. So there it was. And it was a lousy one. I'm sorry. Hello, everybody, and I'm going to say welcome back, because I'm recording this on Thursday, whereas the other 2 segments of the show I recorded on Monday. Now, the reasoning for that is because, of course, at the top of the show, I said that I was going to talk about stand-up comedy. I think I actually haven't listened to the start of it. I recorded it, and then did the edit. Edited what I had done, so I haven't actually listened to it. I haven't listened back, so I don't know what I said. However, if I remember correctly, I could be completely wrong, but last episode I mentioned that I went to some stand-up and was going to try it, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, I tried some stand-up comedy last night, Wednesday night, and it went well. It went surprisingly well. I was unsure about how it was going to go. A colleague, a friend of mine, has done it a couple of times, and I said to them that, I'd thought about doing it in the past, and they were like, give it a go. So I did. And I got some lols, which was very good indeed. And I did record it. At this stage, I haven't listened to the recording yet, but my friend did do a video of it. As for the sound quality, I'm not sure. So what I may do is release that. It's about 5 minutes. Wow, I'm clipping here. I don't have my pop filter on. But anyway, look, I think I may, I'm not sure, but I may release that as like a special podcast episode for you maybe next week, week after. I'm not sure. We're coming up to a year of me doing the podcast, a year of Luke Who's Talking, so that could be the 1 year anniversary extravaganza special episode 26. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, so my set, I don't know what I call it a set, but anyway, it went well. People laughed, which was good, and a lot of the other people there who performed said that, I was decent. I was pretty good. So, and one guy was like, "You done this before?" I said, "No, it's the first time." I was like, "Whoa," sort of situation. And there was a guy, there who did comedy, and he did hand signals. He's like, he does hand signals. He teaches it. Or he's an interpreter, sign interpreter. So he was actually really fun to watch because he was doing his signs while he was doing his bit, which was really, really fun to look at. As it's like what does Vegemite mean, and this sort of stuff. So it was really, really funny, and that was really good. And I'll just say one last thing before I wrap it up is, you know who your true friends are, don't you, Cam? Hey, good old Cammy boy. Anyway, that little story is probably a bit boring and not really that interesting because I've done it, days later, and I've been lazy and haven't listened back to the rest of the podcast to see, like, to I don't know, get into it. But that's what happened, and it went well, and I'm probably going to do it again. So stay tuned for more stories, I guess, on that. Well, that is it for this episode of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. Now, a friend of mine, Cam, he started a podcast, and it is called Anecdotal Evidence. And basically, it is a rip-off of this podcast because he can't come up with an original idea. Okay. No, that's a good podcast. Go check it out. Just, I don't know, Bing it or something. Anecdotal Evidence. And what he does, he talks about various stories, of course, as I do on this podcast, but his are a little bit more law-based because he is a lawyer. Just starting, he's just out of school, so he's starting his law journey. So he's going to be talking about various law and law-esque stories on his podcast. He may get into some other things like what I've talked about here. This podcast, I was about to say this evening, which are, not law-based, but his is a bit more law-focused. So, Anecdotal Evidence, give it a check out if you want to. If you don't want to, just stick with me, because Exhibit A over here, you know what you're getting. You're getting quality. This podcast is far from quality. I'll catch you next time, everybody. See ya.